Now listen, we got Spurs this weekend, so I thought I'd ask you a lot of Spurs-related questions.
Yeah.
First of all, you always done well against Spurs, didn't you? I mean, tell us about your record against Spurs.
I don't know. I think I must have got. I was 1-2 against Spurs, but it was one of those where, because you know how much stick you were going to get, I knew what it meant to the fans, and I remember when I signed for Arsenal, I remember I had to stay at David Rocastle's house, the great David Rocastle, and we stayed and we was up till like 4 or 5 in the morning, and what we spoke about the most was the derby. He said, "You've got to score in the derby, man. If you score in the derby, you're instant legend. You know what I mean? That is it. The fans will love you forever." But I loved the derby. I loved it more at White Hart Lane because you know that it was going to be even more heartbreaking for them, and it was just fantastic. It was just. I love it. I'm very nervous.
You used to thrive on that stick, didn't you?
Absolutely, yeah. But like I even now, and we've got a game next week against them. I'm nervous now because leading into it, the Tottenham fans that I've got now, the Tottenham fans and my mates now, what will happen if Tottenham? I remember Tottenham beat us 3-2 not long ago, when I think it's Yunus Kabul scored the winner, and that went on for, because with Tottenham, you know what Tottenham are like. That went on for like. Just months and months and months. It's
they did a video, right?
It was just like they're gone for months, and like we'll beat them, and that's it. Yeah, we beat you. Yeah, but that's what we do. But like they just go on for months and months. But what I do like about it is the fact that we're both in good form. They're in good form. Got a couple of players that they got in good form, and we're in good form.
What do you make of their boy Harry Kane? You know, he's done good things this season. I mean, is that a player we really got to fear going into this weekend's game?
Yeah, we'd be silly not to have some form of contingency plan for him, because he's a goal scorer, and I'm sure that he'll be up for trying to make a mark against Arsenal. The thing with him is that what I admire about him is the fact that the way he's come through. When he was there as a youngster, they had Jermaine Defoe, they just bought Soldado, they had Adebayor. And so those were like 3 players that he had to try and get through. And Tottenham stuck with him. He went on loan to a few places. I think he went to Norwich and a couple of different places. I can't remember some of the places, but he came back and he still stuck with it. And now he's bearing the fruit. He seems to me one of those players that will, you know, it's not about the I don't know, the material gains of the game. He looks to me like he wants to get to the top of the game and win things. And if he carries on like he's doing, he won't be at Tottenham for too much longer, because he's going to,
He'll be one of our, isn't it?
Well, to be honest.
He actually started it. You saw the pictures of him in the Arsenal kit.
I did,
He was an Arsenal youth player.
It's one of them where, you know, if he carries on like that, he will be courted, and then he's going to have a decision to make. But hopefully, if he's got those intentions, then you just wish the best for him. Hopefully it don't happen for him next week, obviously, because I want Arsenal to win the game. But you know what I mean, I admire his attitude and his persona.
We got a lot of firepower going forward. Alexis Sanchez is the man at the moment. He's on fire. Ozil's come back. Walcott, great goal yesterday. Yeah, I mean, it's looking good for Arsenal as well. I've got 5-0. That victory away at Manchester City. I mean, you must have. I remember speaking to you before, and you telling me about when we lost 6-0 at Chelsea, and how you was doing. Was it BT Sport you was working for the day, and that, and you was walking.
We were 4-0 down at half time.
And you got a lot of stick.
Oh, I got so much stick, and to be honest, it's one of those where when you can look at our record against the top 4, it's terrible. It's a terrible record. So going into the City game, you know what I mean. As much as you're trying to be positive about what the team can do. No one, and I any Arsenal fan, no Arsenal fan could tell me that they were expecting that kind of performance. It was magnificent. 35% possession, which is like unheard of for Arsenal, and we beat them. And it was like a canter, because Coquelin, you know what I mean. Coquelin was brilliant, and you know what I mean. And he played well and gave us that. He stayed disciplined in front of the back 4, and when you do that with Mertesacker and Koscielny can really clean up because he's got the pace. When you do that, they are a different force. And then when you've got the kind of offensive players that we've got, in Theo, and you've got Santi, who's been brilliant at the minute, absolutely fantastic. Alexis, And then Giroud, whatever you say about him, he will score goals, Giroud. You know, that performance made me so angry, especially when you look at last season, 7 points we missed out on on the Premier League by. A couple of performances like that, then all of a sudden you're right up there. So against Brighton, we went for a phase in the game, we went back to a stage where it was like the same Arsenal where we went a bit gung-ho, and then we kind of got it back again. But we need to be disciplined. And if we do that, I think we should do that at White Hart Lane. Be very disciplined, let the front men get on with it.
What do you make of the signing? Gabriel, Paulista, he's coming. We needed a defender desperately. We don't seem to know that much about this kid, but he seemed looking like a good player. I mean, apparently at Villarreal they were saying that they were looking at him to be like their new Godin. So, you know,
Godin's unbelievable, and of course they're going to say that because they've got a lot of money for somebody that nobody knows. The fact is for me, you know what I mean, I hope that he can come in and be the player that Arsene Wenger needs.